yeah. Tell them I'm a winner, yeah. Still a believer. Give thanks, so when me a bleed. Set speed, I carry on now. Big man in town, them shoulda know say me I keep it crown, yeah. Plant seeds, work feed. Well, enough of them want ready born. When the food gone so long, them run. And them can't be found, still man fight the fight, me not giving. Day and night, me keep on building. Way of life, me breathe out, breathing. Oh, 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 oh. Tell them I'm a winner, yeah. Not pop down, not Joe, not turn in a sinner. Oh, man still a believer. Even if me get knocked down, me keep the bounce. Now see me front, you got me from a little and I grow. Come on a winner, yeah. Still a believer.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Prim and Proper Sports. I'm your host, Sonja, and this is Friday with the Fellaz. Looks like we got a couple of fellas missing, but I'm joined by B. Trilla. So good evening, one and all. Welcome to our show. Trilla, what's going on today? How was your day?
It was all right. For Friday, it was kind of busy.
Yes, it seems like it's just a busy week. Let me go ahead and give the shout outs now as I'm trying to do the shares. Shout out to Elite Sports Entertainment Network. Shout out to the Huddle Sports Network, as well as all the affiliates. Welcome to my YouTube subscribers, TikTok, Instagram, Roku, and Amazon Prime. So while we do these shares here, Strilla, looks like there was an article that came out a while ago. Now, we've been talking about a lot of rookies that have not been signed, 257 total draft picks. And right now we have the Bengals at the top of that ham who have not signed any of their draft picks. And so here we are at the start of training camp next week, mandatory training camp right before the preseason, the last hurrah. And what are your thoughts about that? This is absolutely insane.
I mean, I've had back and forth with many people about this situation. It's just getting out of control. Somebody's got to put a cap on this, because what's going to happen next year? The third round picks are going to want guaranteed money. Fourth round picks are going to want guaranteed money. I mean, it's going to keep going on, and people, it's getting ridiculous. We need some kind of precedence. We need some kind of thing to slow this process down or look into it or whatever the case may be, because this is getting frustrating for me. I mean, the Lions signed their second round pick who was holding out, Tate Ratledge, the offensive lineman, so he was good to go. He got 66% of his contract guaranteed, by the way. So it wasn't 100% like Cleveland and Houston did, but he got 66%. He signed. So
yeah, the Bengals haven't signed any of their players, which is shocking. I don't know if it's because they put so much money into this offensive three, I want to say, because it's not even the entire offensive line. They don't have the money or what, but you look at Shamar Stewart, who's still not signed, and actually rumors have it that he may go back and go into another draft, but that's going to tank his stock if he does that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It depends. Well, first he's got to get there. He's got to jump over some legal barriers before he gets back to playing with Texas A&M again. So he's got to go through that whole situation first before he even takes on that role of getting drafted again. I don't even know if that would hurt him or help him. Maybe it might help him if he plays absolutely, great. If he gets to be put back on the team again, I mean, that might help him out a whole lot better.
I mean, but what level did he even go as? What actual position did he actually go in? Welcome in JTrain. Good evening. Thanks for joining us as well. The fact that this seems like it would tank his stock going back in and coming back to a different draft an entire year later.
I think it might. Well, you know how the NFL is. NFL is kind of petty. You see what they did to Shadur Sanders. So I'm sure that a lot of the owners out there will see what would happen with the Bengals, although the Bengals trip over their own shoelaces. So, I mean, I really can't put much merit in that. I think that maybe somebody would probably like, hey, maybe, I'll trade for him. There was a couple of teams interested in trading for him to be on a team. So, on their team. So, I mean, it's not like he's not wanted. It's just the fact that he's not getting signed by the people that drafted him. So,
yeah. What's up to you, Monkey? Good evening. Thanks for always viewing and supporting. Yeah, no, we're here now. No rookie should get guaranteed money. Yeah, that's the thing. Wow, he said Stewart is already back in Texas. Did you know that?
He's practiced. He's practicing already
with the college team. JTrain, what are your thoughts on that? We were talking about where this draft signing, everything has come out as of 30 minutes ago. CBS Sports. I was just looking at it a little bit, and this is like a historic tracker. Honestly, about 2 more rookies make history as a slew of players are starting to sign. But the Bengals are at the top of the list for not having signed anybody yet. And Shamar Stewart is one of those. So you guys are now saying that he's back in Texas. I mean, wow. What's up, Yenzer?
I think the money is just the issue, the language, not being able to have guaranteed money. And then if they so choose that they can actually take money away from him, if anything comes up. So I just really, I think with Shamar Stewart, it's a conundrum, the whole thing on both parts, because on one end, he's a first round pick. The Bengals picked him first round. So why aren't you paying him what he's worth in that particular range at number 17? On the other hand, if he's going back to Texas, it makes it a big issue for him because it gives him an opportunity to go and right the ship because he only had 4.5 sacks his whole career with Texas A&M. So, I mean, he was lucky to get drafted number 17 overall, let alone not being drafted at, 4th or 5th round. He had a lot of potential, but there's people in prison with potential. I just think that I just think that in this situation, you really have to lean more towards the side of Shamar Stewart. Maybe go ahead and get a second chance and take, if he decides or elects to go back to college and get the waiver, make the best of his opportunity in this next upcoming season, because he really didn't do it. He was pretty lackluster their last 4 at Texas A&M.
Well, this is the second year straight that there are 31 first round picks that just literally hurried up and got signed by July 16th. And for the second year straight, the Bengals are the one team that has yet to even sign their first rounders under contract. Of course, you got to look at unsigned second round picks as well. At the number 11 spot, number 36, running back Quinshon Judkins, the Browns rookie report. Now, we know all the stuff that went on with him. I don't know if that has something to do with it or not. And the hoopla, but I mean, do you guys think he still gets signed regardless of his legal issues that he has going on right now?
Yeah, I think so, because
I mean, they'll find out what's going on with him first, and then.
I mean, I would say if the person is not on their deathbed or in critical condition, unfortunately, I hate to even say, this is just par for the course. These guys are going to get signed. They might get a slap on the wrist, might get a suspension, but he's probably going to get signed because that's just where they drafted him. And then from a selfish point of view, from the football standpoint, they don't want to lose their second round draft pick. So he's probably going to get some counseling.
Right.
Yeah, he's going to get some counseling. He's going to, do some public service or whatever it may be. Maybe even a probation or whatever it may be. He's going to get signed. And
Yeah.
I mean, and with that said, a lot of, like you said, a lot of second rounders are starting to fall off the board now. They're actually signing their contracts, and I think the biggest thing was who's getting guaranteed money. So a few of the guys at the top spot are still getting guaranteed money. You have some guys at 91%, some guys at 82%. So it's falling. It's starting to fall. The dominoes are starting to fall now.
one thing, Strilla was getting ready. Strilla, what were your thoughts on that? And then I want to ask you about.
I was saying it is Cleveland though. They have a habit of doing dumb stuff. So I mean, if anything, if they want to stop their identity as being a crusty organization and just signing anybody, they don't care. I mean, I would really find out what's going on with the domestic violence charge, and if he is guilty of any of that or is going to be charged or whatever, bye. Because you got to clean up the mess that Cleveland is just, dude.
Yeah, they're the new Dallas that I used to talk about. Sorry, Cowboys fans. Like I've always said, Jerry Jones is like the camp for players who've had legal issues. He gives them a second chance. He's like the little halfway house of the NFL. And so, I mean, it looks like there's a new sheriff in town. No pun intended. Anyway, I wanted to ask you, JTrain. Tyler Shuck is one of those players that has not been signed. The New Orleans quarterback now. Rookie report date is July 22nd, which is next week, just 5 days away. I'm sure you're very confident that he will get signed, though, correct?
Absolutely. I mean, as you see, I think the second round situation, you notice it's just the second round because the further you go down, the less money you get, and it's not really worth holding out. But it's a sort of not an innuendo, but it's really just tricky in that second round because some guys got guaranteed money, and they're setting a precedent now where second round guys not only they're getting guaranteed money, they're signing 4-year contracts. So that makes it a big deal for NFL teams because they get to hold these guys a little longer than usual because typically that's usually a three-year contract, and there's no fifth-year options. So now you got a guy for 4 years. You can work that now. You can work a rookie deal on pretty much guys who are in the early part of the second round are really just almost first round players, talent that just fell out because there's just too much talent in the first round. So you're kind of winning out if you're the NFL. And these guys I mean, why not pay these guys wow, the Cowboys are not getting any love.
I just remembered to go back and grab the comments because I was like, oh, wait a minute. Let me make sure I get these comments. He said the Browns are going to sign Tucker next. Wow. The ramifications before drafted. Does that mean Sanders can get in trouble for speeding before the draft? What's up, Steve-O? What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I mean, he was already drafted when he got caught, didn't he?
Yeah.
He had one before the draft.
I'm with you, B. That's over. Let's get that out of here.
That's over. That's not even on anybody's radar right now.
No, Jens or JTrain is a Saints fan. He said, "Do you like the Cowboys?"
I used to like the Cowboys in the '90s. I had a short stint in Texas, and with Emmitt Smith, the trifecta, Michael Irvin, and them winning the championships. I like them, but I'm not a diehard fan at all.
Thank God you came
not by any means.
That would be Tip.
Was it Judkins stuff before the draft though?
Possibly.
I don't know. They just released that 911 call like a few days ago, though. It's kind of different with Judkins' situation and speeding, like two totally different situations altogether. All right. Of course, like you guys said, it's just a lot of unsigned second round picks. There's 11 of them, in fact, but there's 21 that have actually signed. Carson Schwarzenegger did sign for the Browns. You got Jaden Higgins, Nick Emery, those type of people that signed at the top of the second round. But then when you drop down, like you're saying, the third round, it's a non-factor. So I know for a fact that with Shedeur Sanders being signed, he was extremely lucky. So it just had nothing to do with his draft pick whatsoever, right?
No, what do you mean by that?
The fact that Shedeur is already signed, and you got round two people who still have not been signed.
Well, it should do.
I mean, I think it's just more so. I mean, what are you going to do at being a fifth round draft pick?
Yeah.
Hold out and make more issues for yourself?
Yeah.
No.
But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is he's already signed, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that's correct.
Right. Everybody in the fifth round has not been signed. Like most of them are not going to be signed, is what I'm getting at.
Right. Really?
The fifth round?
Yeah, everybody should be signed. I think the only problem is the second round.
Wow.
Yeah, because the Lions have signed all their picks.
Yeah, almost everybody except the second round. The few players in the second round are the ones that aren't signed.
In fact, if you want to put something on there, you guys, Carolina Panthers, haven't signed Nick Scorton yet.
Yep.
He
I was
remains
about to get to
unsigned.
that. I was about to get to
Is,
that. We have
is he
not
second
signed.
round?
Not
Yep.
yet. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, he hasn't signed yet, but he is second round. Yeah.
It's just really about verbiage in contracts because of the guarantee. It's really about the guarantees and percentages. And if you're a second round player, it's advantageous for you to hold out because you're waiting to see who's getting the next amount of money and how much money they're getting, so you can get close to that same amount, if not the same amount, or more if you're ahead of that person. Because some guys are starting to pick, go ahead, in different spots. Usually, you're seeing the dominoes fall from the top, but now they got some guys that are. One guy was like 42. He got signed. So now I think, like you mentioned earlier, you were asking me about Shuck, whether or not he would get signed. He's kind of got to sign now because you got guys behind you signing. So I think he still has, but there's still a few players in front of him that haven't signed yet. So it's coming down to cents. I'm pretty sure dollars and cents percentages. Like I said,
Yeah.
91% now. You're starting to see guys in the second that aren't getting 100%, and then some down to like 82%. So they're going to start
Well,
signing.
they're signing based on the placement of them in the draft. Like Tate Ratledge got 66% of his contract guaranteed. This guy down here, what was I just saw him? Running back R.J. Harvey for the Broncos had a 4-year deal with $7.36 million. First 2 years fully guaranteed, and the third year 47.7% guaranteed. So it'll drop. It looks like what it does, it's dropping. The percentage is dropping, as the numbers get bigger as far as, going down the list.
The guy
And
out of South
everybody,
Carolina, your guys, Sonja, Nick Wari.
Oh yeah, Rory.
Nick, yeah, he signed. He signed. He's a second round draft pick.
But isn't the thing that really gets me though, guys, isn't it kind of something to do with who's making the final roster at this point? I always thought that kind of goes hand in hand. B, can you
No,
grab the comments? Are there
I'm sorry.
comments?
Go ahead. My bad.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to get B to try to put the comments up because
there's
I don't
only
want to miss
one
it.
that was
Keep shrinking my screen
see.
down. I was just, it just kind of goes along with making the last of the roster. Like there not still trying to finalize, because it is true. Everybody gets drafted doesn't always make the field. We've seen it.
Yes, I agree with you, but there's still time. Like you said, training camps getting ready to start. It usually you don't start trimming the fat until later into training camp, more into preseason, because they're allowed 90 players on the roster, so they're going to hold all these players, and you're definitely not going to drop any second round draft pick. That's just too high of a capital. So go ahead.
I will say on the Quinshawn Judkins situation, the Browns have advised him not to attend any training camps and to focus on his legal issues. That came out. So, yeah, I don't know what that means for him being signed. Like, would he still be signing if he's advised not to even come?
He's going to sign, but I would say that it's all predicated on the seriousness of. I mean, I agree with B. It's domestic violence, but again, you can't. I mean, unless the person is not. I'm just telling you from everything that's happened in the NFL, unless they're not going to set a precedence unless it's just someone dies. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, the situation with Henry Ruggs, there's that.
Right.
Yeah. So
I mean, because you see,
Well, I
Rasheed
guarantee you
Rice.
this: if they do
I mean,
sign
look
him, he's
how
not getting any
serious
guaranteed money
Rasheed Rice situation.
because
Look how
he's going to
serious
be
Rasheed.
desperate to be signed. Yeah.
But look how serious Rasheed Rice's situation was, and look what happened to
mhm.
him.
I got you.
He's pretty much slap on the wrist. And
Yeah, I
so
got
I
you.
just think that
Yeah.
he's gonna sign. It's just a matter. Like I agree with you that it's likely going to be a situation that he definitely he signs probably what they want him to sign.
That's wild.
Mhm.
Well, speaking of, I just saw somebody put a comment up that said it was BS about the Rasheed Rice situation. Yeah, because it's like, do you want to wait till somebody dies or is seriously injured before you like really think that it's a serious matter? The fact that he literally made several maneuvers, not just the speed in itself, he literally did get a slap on the wrist. Whereas you or I wouldn't have that same luxury had the tables been, with one of us. And so, I mean, it's just one of the things, the rich get richer. Let's just be clear. This is just how it is. And there's no lesson learned. Speaking of Shannon Sharp, you guys remember the $50 million lawsuit that was filed against him by the young lady that he was in supposedly a consensual relationship with. And she said that some things were not consensual. Well, they've reached a settlement. Shannon has decided to pay her an undisclosed amount from the $50 million lawsuit that was filed against him. She, of course, had accused him of assault of the sexual nature. And the lawsuit itself is now being dismissed from the courts with prejudice, meaning it cannot be refiled. So, whatever their agreement is from that amount, that monetary amount, it has now been closed. What are you guys' thoughts? I mean, I'll hold my comment for later, but yeah, Shannon paid this lady.
I mean, it's just to get rid of the situation. I think Shannon didn't want to drag this out to court. Besides, I'm sure the disclosed amount of money that he paid the young lady was based on the fact that you ain't gonna keep coming up here and trying to trap people with trying to get them, all this stuff. No, we're not going to court. I said, I'll give you $1 if you want to get your wardrobe upgraded. I'll give you some money for that. But other than that, he just wanted to make that go away. It's just too much time for that. You got to go to court. You got to go do this. You got to do that. He's got a lot of stuff going on. So I'm just thinking he just wanted to put it to rest and made sure she wouldn't be doing that stuff again. So that's why she got paid.
Your thoughts, JTrain?
I'm with B. I just think that he wanted to put this to rest. And look, I mean, monkeys, you just don't know. I mean, that's hilarious. I agree. I mean, I just think that the more you put yourself out there, you have money, you have a lot of risk. This is the name of the game now. I gotta find a way to get rich, and I'll use you by any means necessary to get it. And that's just what happens. And unfortunately, the oldest trade in the book, you 304 forward, and now you 7-figure forward. I mean, it's just you giving up. You're giving up all the money, man. It's just like I guarantee you, it's 7 figures. There's no way it was anything less than that. Otherwise, I mean, they're just a bidding war. That's what it is. How much do I owe you to stop this? Because you're not telling the truth on these situations, but I got to go through pay legal fees. I got to go through all this. I got to drag my name further into this situation. And when you look at the pictures, like, dude, was it even worth it?
Yeah.
And you putting yourself out there with the whole video, I mean, the audio sound of you Instagram live and which you
Yeah.
haven't said. Hey, you come on, man.
He's
I think,
desperate.
yeah, because he don't want anybody thinking he was holding a purse and that he's on the other side of the fence. I mean, look, there's all alleged stuff, and I just think that if it were me, I would have did the same thing. If I was in that type of situation, I would have did like just get it over with. Let's just be done.
I
Because
mean,
I
but
just
go ahead.
No, that's it. I don't think much more of this. This is crazy.
But this is my theory. You pay when you are basically guilty or liable. In a civil lawsuit, it's you're liable. In criminal suits, it's guilt or innocence. Civil lawsuits is liable. Like there's a standard of proof that you have to meet that's different in civil lawsuits than it is in criminal. Criminal, of course, is beyond a reasonable doubt. Like the reasonable person cannot believe that any of this is true, like just a little bit. Civil, if there's any contribution by you, is considered like contributory negligence. And so Shannon's behavior, at least in a little bit, did contribute. It's like a 50-48% rule they go by. It's the 50-48. Like if there's 48, if there's 49 and a half, then you can't really call it. It has to be 50-48 difference. Sorry, I'm not trying to get too technical, but that's just how civil lawsuits do work. I learned that in school. But and I didn't know that. I didn't know that because before we talked about this, I think we talked about this months ago when it first came out. I hadn't even taken this class. And so I'm like, my mindset is if I didn't do nothing, I'm not paying you. But in a civil lawsuit, like I just broke it down, now I know if there's any sliver that you contributed it to it that could tip the scales, that it's not 49-49, that somebody tipped a little higher, then you're liable. And so the audio, like you guys talked about, but this dude, let me just tell you, I'm sorry, y'all. 30 years is just disgusto barfo as a difference in age. Like the fact that's just nasty. The fact that you can't find anybody like at least within 10 years of your age. I give you 10 years, but 30, I might even give you 15 on a lenient day. But 30 is excessive. You could be somebody's whole parent at 30, and in some situations, grandparent, because a generation is 20 years. And it's just disgusto barfo for me. They had a picture of her as a baby when Shannon first basically got into the league. I was like, this is disgusto barfo. This is horrible.
Well, like, yeah, when you show it like that, but she was the one that had consented to do the same thing. See, the civil lawsuit. See, this is the thing about the civil lawsuit. The only thing that he had damning against him was that voice message. Other than that, and I believe he paid because they both had consensual sex. Okay, so right. Let's just say, you know, for argument's sake, she was trying to be a gold digger, and he just like, you know what? No, I'll give you some cash. Like I said, I'm gonna decorate your house and get your wardrobe set and get you a car. But other than that, you ain't taking this no further in court because this is gonna get sloppy for both of us. And her being 30 years younger, I mean, she's just as much as fault as that. I mean, you're basically
Sonja,
your dad.
I hate to even give it to you like this, but I gotta put us at the top of the animal food chain. You look at we talk about cattle, there's the bull and there's the heifers. It doesn't matter what age they are, they're still going out there and mate. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, the purpose of man and woman, I'm not saying that this is right. I'm not saying it's not a societal norm. I'm just saying that the purpose of us is to procreate. And the young lady is.
Oh my God, I heard that before from another guy.
I'm just telling you the truth of what it is.
To procreate.
I'm not. Yes, they are. They just stopping it by prophylactics. Yes, they are trying to procreate. That's the nature of human beings. It's what it is. We just stop either by the P word.
Yes.
The PO word. I think you know what I mean by there.
The activity. Yes. The blockage.
Correct. But I'll give you more scientific. If I could be wrong if somebody's out there, but if you notice that your mom said, girl, I know you're having sex because your hips getting bigger, because your breast getting bigger. It's real because the body thinks it's preparing itself for conception. That's all real. It's real stuff. Pheromones. It's a real thing. It's real stuff. I just think that, I still to some degree agree with you though, because what can someone, if you're on not an animalistic level, if you're on a human level that can rationalize, what do you know that I know? We can't be on the same level here. What did he say? What did Monkey say?
Like I have virgin ears.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right. Yeah. Right.
No, not
But
necessarily
yes,
virgin ears.
but on the level that
it's all the perspective of our show here. So
on a level that we could, I agree with you. Like, dude, she don't know nothing. What kind of conversation are y'all having? Can't be anything. You got to be only there for one thing. I can't imagine anything else. And
That's what I'm saying. He ain't there to be talking and conversating. He's there. He's there to splash. That's what he's there. You ain't worried about no conversation.
Are you willing to do what I want to do, and for how much? And that's probably what it's about. And now it's the ultimate cost is it's 7 figures, and now you got to look at, was that worth it for 7 figures?
I hope it was.
Well, with that, this is a great time for us to go to our half session break. We'll be back in a minute, guys.
Yeah, yo, it's game time, ain't no messing around. Huddle Sports Network, the best in town. From NFL rumors to the latest trends, we got all your sports, just tune in, my friends. Catch us on Roku, Fire Stick, take your pick. Facebook, YouTube, where the action's slick. Daily shows that drop like a bomb. From 10 to 11, it's Ken and Ken, stay calm. Huddle up, catch the vibe, feel the rush. Get your news, get your fills in the clutch. Over 27 podcasts, we breaking it down. Join the team, Huddle Sports, wear the crown. Live every weekday, it's how we roll. Lions Talk with Jeremy B, we taking a stroll. From 11 to 12, don't miss a beat. We break down the game, make the info sweet. The Daily Huddle Podcast, noon to 1. CST Zone, we're just having fun. Toss your doubts, we bring the facts. Tune into the Huddle.
And we're back. All right, guys. Thank you so much. You have no comments. All right, we're moving along here. Thank you for Shannon shutting that down, and whoever else, and the lawyers and all that. All right.
Where's Tip when we need him?
Yesterday, of course, we announced Mike Williams, LA Chargers, unexpected retirement from the league. And now there are rumors going around, guys, that the Dolphins could be interested in trading Tyreek Hill for $90 million. He's a $90 million star. They're talking about possibly, and this is just rumors right now, but it could gain traction here real soon. Miami, of course, looking to free up some money and possibly sending Tyreek to the Wild Wild West. What are you guys' thoughts about that?
No.
You want to go, B?
Don't send him to San. I was going to say San Diego. Don't send him to the Chargers. I mean, he fits in nothing that the Chargers are doing. He fits in nothing. He don't. I don't care how fast he is. Doesn't make a difference. That's not how Jim Harbaugh plays. He doesn't have that. He doesn't coach like that. He doesn't have, he's not that. His offense is not like that. So I don't know. They can trade him. I'm not saying that, but I don't think Chargers be a right fit for him. He'd be more miserable than he is now.
Send him within the division. Oh, excuse me, that's not a division. Within the conference. Let's go to Pittsburgh. I would love to see him on the other side of yes. And there's already a clown show there. It's already a clown show there. It'd be even better having him.
A lot of clowns on the clown show.
That's the only reason why.
They can all ride up to the stadium in a small Steelers clown car and pop out, and everybody just jumping out having fun. But on a serious note, he'd be a great addition on the opposite side of DK Metcalf. I just think that that would help Aaron Rodgers out a lot. They could trade him there. I mean, I'd break that contract down. I mean, he's not 90 now. I mean, I don't know what he's old now, and he's also, what is he, 31? 31? Mm-hmm. He still got some speed left, but I mean, I think he might have lost a little bit.
That heel fast, though. They don't call him heel for nothing.
Man, over the hill. But he's too young to play for the Steelers. You got to be in your 40s.
You got to be geriatric.
Average.
No, but I would like him if he get traded. I would like him with the Steelers. I just think that'd be great for them. That'd be another AB.
You know what,
Every-
Steve-O, you're going to stop
That's the
making these
mental
comments
drama.
because I'm going to bet you Steelers will not be a higher seed than the Lions this year. Get out. I will bet you.
Oh, well, it's funny you say
Anyway.
that because that's my next plug. That's my next segue here. That AP reports are coming out that they're banking on the Steelers being that team this year, especially with Aaron Rodgers. Like, they're literally going all in. The fact that he's, early 40s now and they're building around. I mean, I really personally would not be shocked if I saw that they've now sent Tyreek Hill there. Like, that's not what we started off talking about, but that's a very real possibility, especially across from DK Metcalf.
Who are the Steelers going to give up for him, though?
That's the thing.
I don't think much of anything because he's owed a lot of money. And so I think they probably would give up maybe a fourth or fifth round draft pick, but they're not going to give up a player for him. They don't really have anybody to give. And then you just take on that contract or have them pay the contract or the remaining amount. How many years does he have left?
I'm looking right now. That's so funny you said that. You got right in my head there, JTrain. All right, Tyreek Hill signed a 4-year, $120 million contract extension with the Dolphins in 2022. So he still got some time, like a couple of years left on that. It runs through the 2026 season. However, they restructured it August of last year, which effectively guaranteed him more money without even adding more years to the deal. So they've screwed themselves ridiculously because even if they get rid of him, this just lets me know they're going to still be paying him no matter what happens. It's almost like the no trade clause, right, guys? Like, I'm going to get paid. If I break my leg tomorrow, I'm collecting the same amount. And I'm confused because I thought teams had started to, I don't know if every team did this, but I was hearing of a lot of teams restructuring their contracts. We saw Dallas do it with Trey Lance. That basically was like you have to complete a certain amount of snaps to be able to get the percentage of the money you're supposed to be getting from your contract. So what happened?
I mean, everything's individual when it comes to contracts between the players and the team. So, I mean, what can be said for one player might not be said for another player. I mean,
well, you guys know when you said it's not 90 million, right? If he gets paid the next 3 years, it is 90 million. He's getting like 30 million a year.
I mean, he sounds like he may not be going anywhere. Sounds like he may be stuck in Miami. I don't think anybody's going to want to deal with that and the headache of a player that's on the wrong side of 30.
But the fact that Miami's even putting that out there is telling you something right now. I don't know. Miami is going to be. It sounds like they're trying to rebuild without saying they're rebuilding because they've taken a lot of pieces off of their puzzle and, donated to other charity organizations. So I don't know what's going on with Miami. Miami is just the opposite of Pittsburgh, but they're still bad.
When they restructured his contract, they gave him another $7 million right there at the restructuring. And then they gave him basically made him have 54 million fully guaranteed at that restructuring, and which made 11 million of the money that he had. Because you guys remember originally I told you it was like 30 million per year that he was supposed to be getting, but then they like restructured and a whole bunch of stuff. It's like they're paying him more money. So the total now is $106.5 million, fully guaranteed, which was the most ever for a wide receiver at the time of the restructure. And I mean, now of course we're in a new season, but his money for this year and next year is pretty much guaranteed, and he's got also an option bonus of $15.85 million that's due in this season as well. So if he does workouts and per game roster bonuses, he gets all of that included in there. I mean,
Maybe they don't want to give him that, I guess. Maybe they're trying to keep him from playing or keep him from working out and doing and hitting all those incentives. I just think that
I'm sorry, go ahead, JTrain.
I just think with everything you've told me, I just think it would be boneheaded unless they trying to pull a Denver Broncos with Russell Wilson type of move.
They'd
And
only not even that much, because if they got rid of him before 2026, they'd only end up with dead cap of $15.57 million. So it's not even like they're getting a whole lot of it back from all this money they're paying out. Because think about it, 106.5 million, and you're only saving 15 out of, you're still paying them. It is akin to that same situation.
Yeah.
What do you think, B?
I think Terry's staying where the heck he's staying. That's what I think. Because right now it's not beneficial to any team right now in the league, especially with the whole draft situation, the second round draft pick situation going on, training camp getting ready to start. It's not beneficial for any team right now to get this trade. Maybe during the season, if a team loses a number 1 or a number 2 receiver, yeah, maybe we reopen that case. But right now, I don't think it's feasible for any team to do this, especially taking out all that money.
Well, not only that, but I do want to kind of bring up somebody very important that people have talked about. Teams are starting to announce their PUP designations. I'm like, oh my goodness, the season is really here. Actually, if you're announcing your PUP, Brandon Ayuk made this list, guys. The wide receiver out of San Francisco, him and 7 other of his playmates. I don't see Christian McCaffrey's name on here, thank God. But yeah,
Ricky Pearsall as well.
Yeah, he's on there. They've got, like I said, 7 other players on there. Ben Bartch, George Odom, like you said, Ricky Pearsall. That's both of their main wide receivers. Andre Dillard is on that for the offensive line. Your Yetur Gross-Matos, former Carolina Panther, defensive line player, that he's on that list. Malik Mustafa, the safety, as well as Curtis Robinson. Yeah, I feel like, this may be a repeat season for San Francisco, and this may be where we see McCaffrey think about his NFL future, because he's already missed a significant year. I don't know how much of a difference maker he could be coming back to this team with so many of the significant components out injured. What are you guys' thoughts?
Don't forget about Jawan Jennings either. He's having a contract dispute with the 49ers. So,
oh my gosh, yes, B. Talk about that.
It's a mess right now. So for San Francisco, and this is what kills me, because everybody has their picks of who's going to win the division and this and that, and where they're going to be at the end of the year. I cannot believe how many people got San Francisco way up there. I'm like, where are you getting this information from? You know something I don't know? Because I'm seeing players going down. I see players mad. I see players traded from this team. I don't know what's going on.
They're going down like mosquitoes in the South after it's been exterminated. You hear me? I'm talking about, what they got, the Old Faithful is their logo, the ship and all that stuff. Honey, the ship is sinking. You're gonna have to be faithful. Oh, Steve-O, I'm so sorry. We have a hit pup in the audience. A hit pup will holler. Forgot that's your team, Steve-O. You'll have more than who? Oh, sir, get your behind off of here. You make sure we
said combined
comment, bro. You don't even mean that. And he talking about combined.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Steve.
Who's his team?
That's a
San Francisco.
Comment.
Oh, he's a 49ers fan.
Yeah, honey. That's why they call them Old Faithful, because they're garbage. They're hot, boiling garbage. Now, don't make me start on a 49ers, Steve-O.
49ers equals 4-9.
Right. There you go. There you go, JTrain. 4-9. 4-9. Yes, that's a great.
And the rest are ties. And the rest are ties.
Yeah, I don't know where you saw that at yesterday, Steve-O, but that's atrociously a lie right there. There's no way San Francisco is tied with the Rams for Super Bowl odds. Ain't no way.
I'm going to show fact check it now, because we love to look up facts from our audience.
This can't be no way.
I'm going to.
San Francisco ain't that team.
The 49ers, they're getting older. They got rid of some players, and they have a lot of players that are hurt. And then you got guys that are like, borderline retiring. I mean, we're talking about Trent Williams. We're talking about McCaffrey, who might be like forced retirement because of, health issues. You got to really show that you have, I mean, because I get it. You have a great coach, you had a great team, and you had a window. That window's like this, buddy. Sorry, like this.
He's not really completely wrong, guys. It's not tied, but it's about, so this is it. The 49ers are listed at 20-1 for odds, Super Bowl odds. They're considered the 7th best team in the league by Super Bowl odds, but 19th in computer rankings. They finished last season with a 6-11 record and missed the playoffs, which, by the way, let me go ahead and insert now. You guys only won 2 more games than the Panthers. You're garbage. You're hot garbage. All right. The Los Angeles Rams Super Bowl odds are at 22-1. They are ranked 10 in the NFL by Super Bowl odds and 12th by computer rankings. Last season, they were 10-7, and they made it to the divisional round of the playoffs. So the 49ers right now do have a slightly better Super Bowl odd than the Rams at this time. However, we have not factored in all of those injuries and PUPs, etc. Long story short, stop going to AI for your information, Steve-O. It is not realistic.
Bring up the past.
Came from my team.
The past.
You keep bringing up the past.
You've been talking about the past the whole show, so we got to go ahead and entertain you.
Marty McFly, hello McFly, you're living in the past.
Back to the
you
future.
are living in the past. Come back to the future. Them boys are hurt. We're giving you facts about what's going on now. PUP list. Those are a lot of important people that will help you win that are not going to be able to play at the start of the season. Not good, my man.
Yeah,
not good.
The thing that's
y'all might
going
be
on
looking
for
to try to get Shamar Stewart though, so worry about that right now.
I think that that's a more positive thing about the 49ers is that they got Robert Salah back, which will be good for the defense, and they got Huff over there because Philadelphia traded Huff over there to San. So they got pieces.
They ain't got nothing but blowing the house
They got
down.
pieces. I think the defense is going to be a lot better than the offense. I'm just saying.
And also, they need to contend not just the Rams. I think a lot of people are sleeping on the Cardinals. The Cardinals have gotten a lot better. They're better.
Mm-hmm.
So you might want to see how they do, my man, Steve-O.
Yeah.
Maybe the 40, maybe Seattle.
Anybody that name ends with a vowel, you got to kind of be careful of them. My name ends with a vowel.
His team is
but
ATL.
It's not an O. Oh, please. Please. He can't even talk. He must have had some liquor. His team is ATL. What? Okay, anyway. Listen, speaking of NFLPA, Lord Howe has stepped down as the president, but there's been some stuff coming out from NBC Sports. He's had some strip club misadventures and possibly was forced into stepping down. Now, this is really odd because it's becoming harder and harder to keep up with various twists and turns that are going on in his 2 years. He's only been here 2 years with the NFL Players Association executive position, executive director, in fact. But the fact that he's had a lot of internal disagreements. So we kind of, anytime you see that, somebody's going to step down anyway. A lot of the board of players representatives knew about this. I should have Byron talk about it. Byron Williams. He's the president of the Dallas chapter of NFLPA. Shout out to Byron. He always watches and supports us. And so I bet he got a lot of the real tea. He's probably, sitting on it right now. But anyway, Board of Representatives knew that his conduct had become a focal point of the 2011 gender discrimination, and retaliation case against his former employee, Booz Allen Hamilton. And on today, in a report regarding the decision to charge strip club expenses to the union, ESPN was the one that reported that he was involved in a similar incident in 2015. Y'all, they going back 10 and 20 years, like 2011, 2015. Who's talking about that? That's been 10 years plus, 10 and 15 years ago. But the point is, did they know about all this? And did this kind of all loop in to the fact of him now stepping down. Like, this is
Well,
always
maybe
goes, right?
the lap dance wasn't worth it. He just got to get reimbursed. I mean, just the money that he put out for it, it's like, nah, this ain't worth it, man. Let me go expense this real quick and get my money back. Yeah.
I mean, he's only been in as executive director 2 years. This other staff happened way before he was appointed as executive director. I don't understand.
I mean, it doesn't make a difference how long he's been there. If he's messing up, he's messing up. I don't know.
No, but
Yeah.
some of the allegations were before they hired him. They were saying even when they appointed him as executive director.
So in other words, you think they should have done a background check on him?
Yeah, they said even the appointment of him was done like in a lot of secrecy. Like a lot of people didn't even realize this was happening.
They're trying to get him on RICO charges. That's what it is.
Oh Lord. Oh, well, you definitely ain't been in Atlanta, Steve-O. They definitely have him here.
Yeah.
I have
What
always
is it?
He said he's in Nevada, never heard of fully nude strip clubs. Yeah, everybody talks about that when they come to Atlanta. They be like, this is the only place that people are completely nude. But let's keep it what we got going, because it's very easy to go down that rabbit hole.
I know a couple of clubs down there too. Okay. Hey, Detroit used to have after hours like that. After hours strip. Yeah, back when I was young. They don't have them now. But
okay, yeah.
Anyway, shift over to another thing.
All right, you guys were talking about the Cardinals and how you guys were banking on them. They did officially bring back 5 of their free agents for tryouts today. Jalen Allen being one, defensive end, defensive tackle Kyan Bars, defensive end Joe Evans, nose tackle Kevin Hester, and nose tackle Sheldon Newton. So looks like they really are trying to get it together. What are you guys' thoughts on that? Are the Cardinals really going to take flight this season?
I like their defense. I like the defensive line. Like a couple of guys that they picked up last year and then this year. And who was their first round draft pick this year?
That's a trick question.
Right Will Johnson. Will Johnson from Michigan.
Yes. I think that's going to add to their defense. They're the cornerback. Yeah, you would know, but I would think B would know, sure. But and of course, Ohio State. I got to give ATrain a shout out with Marvin Harrison Jr. I think he's going to ball out his second year. So I think they have an opportunity to take that NFC West.
Oh, B, you agree with that?
Well, I think the Cardinals are going to be good, but the Rams are really good right now. I mean, everybody's on paper. So we're looking at what's on paper, and the Rams look good on paper. Cardinals are good, though. I think they'll if they do anything, they'll finish second in that division, being really a close, active running mate to the Rams. But I think the Rams have that division because they know how to play the Cardinals. They know how to play everybody in the division. You still got a veteran quarter. I'm not really Kyle Murray. I'm about him as a quarterback. He's got good weapons, and you know what's going to be funny, what's going to be interesting in watching these training camps is the whole Ohio State-Michigan rivalry, because you know Will Johnson's going to have to guard Marvin Harris in training camp.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be, and they've done it before because he's guarded him before, before he hit left there. So I mean that's going to be fun. I'd like to see that. I'd like to be a fly on the wall on that one. But yeah, I think Cardinals will be good. Yeah, I think they'll be real good.
Said Nolan and Johnson. He said Cards got 2 guys that the Niners wanted. Still can't buy Harrison Jr. jersey. And offensively on paper, the Cardinals look really good. Steve-O, thanks for those comments. Yeah, guys, I mean, we got a few minutes left here, but I want to plug one more in. And then B, I think you had some news. I could tell you had something you want to talk about. But I do want to plug in our final football note for tonight. Justin Jefferson, Mr. Gritty himself, he has decided he's going to take on a mentorship role. I mean, his name is JJ, so he's mentoring JJ McCarthy. The Viking star wide receiver is reportedly taking an active role in mentoring this rookie quarterback. Acclimating JJ in. You guys know we really haven't seen him. He came in, he was injured. So this is really his rookie year, his inaugural year, as I like to say. And they actually have lockers beside each other. How sweet. So that they could try to build trust issues ahead of such of a challenging 2025 schedule. So what's up, bros? A little bit of bro love there. I love it. Love to hear it. Oh. All right,
JJ. Well, how that touchdown's going to sound. JJ to JJ.
JJ to JJ. He gonna teach him how to gritty. I'm here for it.
I think McCarthy could get with the gritty, unlike a couple of quarterbacks that he had before.
They were more like the grindy. It was no gritty at all. It was more like grind.
They're older men, so
just gravel. It was just gravel.
McCarthy is a young kid, so he should be able to grab that.
Strilla, what other thing did you want to discuss tonight? Come on,
really.
I'm delay.
I mean, the Lions. I just let you know that the Lions have one reserve PUP on and it's Levi. I always mess his name up on a wiki. He's a defensive lineman for us, and he just got paid a contract, a 1 year contract, and he's already on a reserve pup list, so he won't be able to play until after week 4 of this season. Don't know what's going on there. Of course, the Lions, they're one of those teams now that they don't tell you what's going on or what happened. The consensus is that's the reason why they drafted him from Ohio State, because they think that he was going to replace. They knew something was going on with Levi in the first place, and that's why he drafted him. I kind of think it was just because it was Lee McNeil wasn't going to be playing until later. So now, a lot of pub action there too. There's a lot of people that are injured, but the only ones that I'm concerned about are the reserve PUP. But when it comes to just the regular POP, the active POP, some of those people come back like 2 days later, sometimes a week later. It depends. It could be just anything with them, how physically they are ready to play football and be in training camp. So I'm not worried about any of that. These Lions fans are just flipping all over each other about this. Oh my God, everybody said.
I will say the Panthers only have one player on the PUP list, and that's Jonathan Brooks. Thanks to the medical staff of the Panthers, who are no longer employed by the Panthers, for clearing him last year, and he got another ACL. So right now we're pretty healthy. Very good to see that. However, I do want to point out the key Saints players since JTrain is on with us. Taysom Hill sustained a torn ACL late in the 2024 season. Keep an eye on him being put on that puppy list as well. It's not going to be surprising. They haven't really officially said this, but these are players that could be on the puppy list. Foster Moreau as well, the tight end, knee injury in a season finale for the Saints, which is basically the last game of the season because they didn't go any further. So that was when he got injured. And then Jake Haener, the quarterback that you guys are not really banking a lot on, but he's been dealing with an oblique injury, often a shorter term injury. We just don't know if it's going to flare up again for him. And then DeMarco Jackson, you guys, is linebacker, dealing with an ankle injury that has had him listed as questionable for week 1 of the upcoming season. So it's important to know the puppy list. I like to call it the puppy list. Could change. We know the Panthers, Jonathan Brooks is definitely on it, probably for the duration of the season. And those players that B mentioned, and looks like JTrain's players are up in the air because we know one thing about Taysom Hill. If he can be there, he's going to be there. Taysom does everything but passes out water during play action. Okay, he's everywhere. You got to keep an eye on that brother. But yeah, any final thoughts, guys, as we wrap up the last minute here?
I saw what Steelers. Oh, go ahead.
The Major League started back up playing the rest of their season here. Boston lost to the Cubs, which stopped their streak of 10 games in a row that they had won. So that's not good for them. Right now the Tigers are playing somebody, Texas, I think it is. I think the Yankees are playing. There's quite a few teams that are playing tonight. So check that out. Keep that abreast because that's ongoing.
All right. What'd you
Other than
have,
that-
Jay? Thank you, B.
Just check us out in the morning on our debate show. That's all I got to say because we don't have much time.
Yeah, Jack and Keith got into it today. Y'all make sure you check the recap on that. Everybody,
Yeah,
thanks so much for likes, loves, comments. Stay tuned throughout the weekend. Got more action. Everybody have a great night, and we out. Send us out, B.
Work and win a lose a man a winner, and that's for certain. Never take no program, come me and me own dance. So me go and shut and shut and shut. Tell them man a winner, yeah. Tap up down a Jonah, turn in a sinner.